Welcome back to the Stoop, football fans. It's your boy Lolo, and I am back on the Stoop with my main man Mark. He's back from vacation. I'm back from vacation.
And it's an Arsenal sandwich going on right here.
Because we do have Mr. Kantak as well. Kantak.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
I see Arsenal's doing well, so you decide you'll show up. You'll do some FaceTime.
Not a coincidence. Not a coincidence at all.
Now, if they lose next week, you are no longer invited back.
What the hell do you have next week that you're going to lose?
Bournemouth.
We play Bournemouth.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys' schedule is so soft for like the next 8 weeks.
We all play the same teams,
You still got to win those games. You still got to win those games. So relax. But since you said Arsenal, let's go ahead and kick off with Arsenal, Leicester City. That ended 4-2. And I think that scoreline is a bit generous to Leicester because I felt like we did dominate for most of it. And Mark, you said something.
I think it could easily be that it was generous to Arsenal. I mean, the Xhaka goal was just
Right place, right time.
Completely shaded. He's shielded off by his own man, Fofana, I think it was, to kind of have that kind of, it was very poor on Leicester's part.
However,
and then also the second goal by Jesus on the corner kick, he's just left wide open. It's just shitty defending.
Set piece.
Shitty defending.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's marking him at the far post. You're right. It's shitty defending. However, you don't expect, with all your tall, big-ass players in there, they got to cover them.
But with that said, I'll just quickly say that Jesus could have easily had a hat-trick and more. Martinelli could have had a brace, maybe even more. So
Xhaka hit the post, could have had a brace or more. And to go back to the Xhaka goal, it's Jesus that fights for the ball and gets it. And if that's Lacazette, does that happen? Maybe, maybe not. Like, is Jesus now just the player that's going to be in those spots, in those positions?
Ward is so out of position, though, and he's shielded. He spills the ball, and then Fofana comes and, shields him off from it. It was really unfortunate.
Sure, but we capitalized, right? We took the chance.
And that's...
So
yes.
You've mentioned this dude's name multiple times already. So to go off of Arsenal a little bit, let's talk about Wesley Fofana. Let's talk about Yuri Tielemans. James Maddison less so because he's not as heavily linked as those two players are. But before the match, they were talking nearly 80 million for Fofana. We're talking, we don't even have a number on Tielemans, but everybody thinks Tielemans is coming to Arsenal. Mm-hmm. Did their performance, was Fofana trying to do too much to show off, where he just kept getting beat? But to me, he couldn't do it. Martinelli had him in his pocket.
Martinelli owes him a steak dinner because he just cost that dude a ton of money. If you're Chelsea, you love that, right? You still want him. He's still quality, but he'll cost you 60 now.
Yeah,
not 80.
I don't think so. I don't think one performance is going to drive down your value that much.
But I mean, looking at that, looking at the performance that Tielemans put in, who does he start over?
Oh, no one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's just it becomes greed.
No. It's depth. It's
If,
depth. You need those players.
If 2 years ago Man United was collecting midfielders like Pokemon cards, it's now Arsenal's turn.
Yeah, but they didn't need so many. We need a backup for Xhaka, and we need a backup for Partey. And he provides sort of both of that.
It's only a matter of time before
sure.
of them are going to lose significant time
right.
because of either injury or red card. But I will say this: there came a point last season. I mentioned it a couple of times, but once Aubameyang was out, Xhaka's cleaned up his shit and has played like a professional, and is someone that I'd be like, here, take the captain's badge.
No. They're talking about he'll be the third choice captain.
Sure.
Yeah, or he's vice captain or something like that.
We have gone through the captaincy at Arsenal so many times, and you know what? I'm very happy for Odegaard to have gotten it, and I'm sure that he will eventually embrace it more than he is already, and maybe that Arsenal curse of the captaincy will be over.
Well, talking about captains in Arsenal, we happen to be blessed right now with our starting 11. There are 4 international captains in our starting 11. There's Zinchenko, captain of Ukraine. There's Partey, captain of Ghana. There's Xhaka, captain of Switzerland. and Odegaard, captain of Norway.
Right, and you could say Tierney could be captain
and
of
Tierney
Scotland.
could be captain of Scotland.
You know, like,
And so and not only that, we have 3 Brazil starters, like Martinelli.
They have 3 Gabriels.
We have 3 Gabriels, and they should all be starting for Brazil in the World Cup at this point.
So at least.
I'm just saying, we have right now. Arsenal has an amazing starting 11. Where I'm concerned is the drop off when somebody gets injured or when we start making subs. That being said, we subbed on Emil Smith-Rowe, Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney, and Eddie Nketiah.
And that's the weakest one.
And that's the weakest one. Did Sambi Lukonga come on? I'm not sure. I don't know if we used all 5 of the subs.
I don't think so.
There's 5 now?
Yeah. 5 in 3 windows. You can only do 3 actual,
right,
so it
including
two
halftime.
Gotcha. Okay, well,
so, that is not a drop-off. And Eddie Nketiah looks hungrier. This is the effect that Gabriel Jesus is having on the rest of the team, is he's making Eddie Nketiah fight harder. Eddie Nketiah last year felt like he deserved to start over Lacazette. Right now, he's like, fuck, in my minutes. And you saw him trying to body people, trying to score as much as he could in the little amount of time he had. But Kieran Tierney has to come on and fight for his spot. Tomiyasu has to fight over Ben White now, who is not our first choice right back, but in the system that we're playing, the way the back 3 is shifting over and Zinchenko and Xhaka are flip-flopping and the way that all the players are covering for each other is just something it's fun to watch.
It's something we haven't had for a while. Yeah. We haven't had this depth. We haven't had these options to start with a system and possibly change it midway through, and also just to have the system that Arteta wants to play in, right? You've got, like, Xhaka looked like prime Lampard going box to box. He's making runs through the middle. He hits the post with a header. He finally scores, and that's because Zinchenko can float in and play a defensive midfielder and then float back and play left back.
Exactly.
So it's
and our right back is not. Our right back is more of a center back.
Yeah, we're playing 3 center backs.
Is a center back. So yes, Ben White does fly up the pitch a lot, but in his mind, he's a defender. He's covering for everybody. And then the speed of Saliba, the dude should not be that fast. Now, speaking of Saliba, there's an own goal right there, and it sucked. But this is something that I was in a sort of Twitter conversation with somebody about when I said Saliba was going to own Vardy. And this person said, listen, we need to not overhype him right now because as soon as he makes a mistake, he could drop off. That mistake happened.
Yeah.
He had to clear the ball. He had to make that move. And it was 1 inch this way. Ramsdale saves it. 1 inch this way. It hits the post.
A foot farther away from Ramsdale, right? If you had a foot more space to make that, Ramsdale gets it.
I got to say, like most own goals, I like maybe most people do, I have a tendency to just kind of cringe, go, ooh.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
This was the first one that I said that just wasn't fair.
Yeah.
It's unlucky. It was unfair because it was just like, it was just an unlucky carom off of his head. And we kind of talking about like the ability, or not the ability, but have this final having of depth on the team. What I'm seeing is this final kind of continuity of like, we like to play with one another. We're a team. We don't have any more distractions. Maybe, I'm not really sure, but to see Ramsdale come up to Saliba and just go, dude, shake it off. We got this, and move on. It was a really cool thing. And chins were held up because, as I have talked many, many times on this show, when things like that happen to Arsenal, they tend to fall apart.
Heads down.
So that's the thing, right?
Heads down, finger pointing.
But this time you have an immediate reaction from his teammates, right, to say, keep your head up, and then they score.
Yep.
And then the fans with the Saliba chants, right? So
exactly.
Even before the goal, though, when it happened, they were cheering him.
Right.
You saw all the people in the Emirates going like, "We got you, we got you, we got you." And a minute 40 something later, we just like the goal was a bumbling goal, but it was
whatever,
a full on attack to get that goal back.
It's what you needed. You know, it was a very timely goal to like go, you know what, this isn't the past, this is the future, this is moving forward, this is what we do.
And that allowed Saliba to continue playing the way he had been in the first half. He didn't play timid after that.
Nope.
He went in for 50-50 challenges. He did his like hold the ball a little bit too long, pass it back sort of, where I'm like, no.
So you also had the Madison goal.
Yeah.
And the reaction was the exact same, where
go get it back.
Felt like normally we would have felt like, okay, here comes the draw, you know?
Yep.
But instead we got it back, and I feel like we really started seeing that last year with the young players that, and I said it last year, they weren't a part of the conceding in the 97th minute 5 times a season for the draw or for the loss. So now you have these experienced players that from City are used to winning titles, and their belief on the field. Like Zinchenko looks like he's been playing for the club for 10 years.
You're bringing in players that have a solid winning mentality and have done it, and now instead of doing it with this group where they were kind of like, and maybe not necessarily Jesus, but where they were kind of components. They weren't necessarily, they were taking a back seat to De Bruyne.
I mean, you can say Jesus did work to Aguero for years.
Exactly. And now they're taking this like, we are going to win with Arsenal.
And listen, City, when they were playing with City didn't beat everybody with clean sheets.
Oh. No.
They know a goal's going to happen, and you know what? Move on, go get another goal. And that's something better. Lawler was saying in our videos in the Vineyard. Lawler was like, I don't care. We need to play with that abandon of like, go ahead, score 2 goals. We're going to score 4.
Right.
Go ahead. Like, but we're not going to stop this attack, because right now our attack is our strength. Yet we do have a very solid back line and some very good defenders right there. And a goalkeeper who comes up with saves.
Yeah, had some big ones in the first half. I mean, I had some big ones in the first half that really kept us in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely. That being said, look, Arsenal, I'm very happy to be watching Arsenal play right now. I know we will stumble. I am hoping for 18 points from the first 6 matches. The way we're playing right now and the way other teams, I feel like besides City, all the teams in the Premier League right now seem to be like, okay, let's get this season started. Let's crack our knuckles. And Arsenal and City right now are like, no, we've been playing for a month. Like, let's go. Let's go. And you saw the 2-0 win over Crystal Palace. Oh, Arsenal didn't play that well. Oh, they just drew against Liverpool and could have beat them.
And I just say that, it's like,
there's caveats there.
There's caveats all over I'm just saying Crystal Palace aren't nobody.
Palace is proving to be like that was a good team that you beat
at home.
Leicester, not so much a good team. As you have said in the past,
I think
the shine has the bloom has fallen off the rose, and I think it continues.
There's still quality at Leicester though.
Sure.
Losing Schmeichel is obviously huge. Like how many? If he was a baseball player, his WAR would be 50. Clearly you'll see it this season how many points he was worth. But you still have quality out there. I mean, sure they're missing Harvey Barnes, but Madison, Vardy.
That kid Dewsbury Hall is very good.
They're all active.
I like
they were overmatched.
I'd go for him over Tielemans, to be honest.
I don't know about
an attacking winger. That's not really any depth, though.
But Tielemans does fuck all.
He just wants. He was looking at the Arsenal sideline like, I'll sit on that bench and play.
He's like,
hey, look,
Red looks a lot.
If he's gonna get paid, then let him do whatever.
Yeah.
I want this for Arsenal.
Oh, don't say it.
No. I'm going to say it.
No,
I'm going to say it. This is what I want, and it's not
come
necessarily
close and finish fifth again.
It's not necessarily from Arsenal, but it's from Arteta. Arteta, don't overthink things. don't overthink your lineup and just stick with what you're going with, because you have a tendency to overthink and you make this little change and you think you're cute and clever and you fuck it up. And don't do that this season.
Well, I'll say this.
You can have a really successful one.
He's going to have to change things. He now has the players to change things and not really have the drop-off like we're saying. It's all about depth when you're going to be playing over multiple competitions. I hope Pep hasn't rubbed off on him in that way, though.
That's what I'm getting
like
at.
the only finals I see us playing in our FA, hopefully Europa, and I don't think the FA Cup final is something that you overthink to that magnitude like Pep would in a Champions League final. You know, obviously we're not going to be in that this year. So.
But I do know that on many occasions we have sat in front of our audience and have talked about what is Arteta doing, what is going on here. And I think that he just stick with what's working and ride that until you are not given a choice.
Well, that's the thing, though. And then it's like, is he burning them out, right? Like, everyone's always going to second guess.
So that's it for our Arsenal video for today, guys. Make sure to check out all the rest of the videos that we will be launching. We got more to record today, so you'll see more videos popping up all week long. And don't forget to join us for happy hour on Friday. Hopefully Mark's back. Hopefully Matt can get there, and we'll see.
And I just want to put it out there that we're trying to come to London. And
so am I, if anyone else wants to help.
North London Derby.
So if anybody wants to help us get to London,
yes, hit that tip button.
Kick a few bucks our way. They'll accumulate. They'll buy us a bag of chips to share when we're hungry.
Crisps.
I want chips.
Well, those are fries. So those are good too.
Go for the upgrade.
Yeah, let's go for the upgrade.
Exactly.
But yes, we're trying to get to London for the North London Derby and our NFL team.
Very well, could be going. We could be going to.
We
Leeds
could be going
the
to
next
Leeds
day.
if we don't get NFL tickets for that Sunday. So Leeds, Aston Villa play that Sunday. So if y'all want to hang out with us in London, in Leeds, kick over some cash and help us get there, because it is a little pricey for us. But thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good shit. Peace from Brooklyn, y'all.
Later.